it's confirmed. Got my first bladder infection proper bladder infection, I guess, in 6 years. That's annoying. There's still this period puff, which is hopefully gonna depuff, and then I get a better idea of where I'm at when it comes to my weight. They do actually have 2 talks on menopause in the workplace. Happy Monday. It's my first day back at work. I just got done with my first meeting, and now the main task for today is to read a lot of emails, a lot of Teams messages, catch up on everything that has happened, and cuddle with the cats. So yeah, overall I think it's gonna be a pretty chill day. I'm also gonna go to the gym tonight, tomorrow night, and on Thursday night, and go running Friday mornings. Get back into my routine. Let's see how it goes. Hi and welcome back to a very slow and chatty week in my life as a 42-year-old child-free woman living in Berlin, Germany with my husband and our 2 fluffy cats. This week I'm having my first UTI in about 6 years, and I'm also going to my first ever conference talk on menopause. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, welcome, and I hope you enjoy watching. It's Tuesday and I'm actually about to leave the house and go to the pharmacy because I have a UTI. Super annoying. I haven't had one in probably 6 years. I did have quite a few back then when I was in this extremely stressful work environment. And I did actually have to go to the hospital once because it was that bad. But since then, since I've been having a very manageable stress level in my life, thankfully, I haven't had one. And I had quite a few times where I thought I had one coming on, or last winter, I quite often had the sensation of possibly getting one. But I think that this is the first time where, it's not confirmed or anything, but I'm pretty sure I do have one because major symptoms. So, but yeah, it's manageable. I don't feel like I need to sit on the toilet 24/7, so that's good. And I already took everything I had because since having so many back in the days, I'm still paranoid of getting them and I hate the feeling so much. I do have these herbal pills which are really effective, I think, and I've heard. Then I have this sugar basically that binds to the bacteria. And then what I'm gonna get is more of that and some vaginal vitamin C tablets, which have also been really helpful in the past. But it once again makes me think that I should or may ask my GP for vaginal estrogen in the upcoming appointment. I feel like, I don't know if it's already necessarily, but doesn't hurt, I guess. And hey, I'm 42 now, so I guess, yeah, could be a good idea. But yeah, I'm really annoyed because I was feeling so good all day yesterday, really balanced, positive, energetic. I still feel like that today, but at the same time, I'm having this and I already canceled my gym class for tonight because I really don't want to overexert my body and just take it slow and rest a little bit today, even though I would have loved to go to that class. So I'm that's annoying. But yeah, other than that, I feel like it's an extremely eventless week. My UTI and then probably getting my period in the next 1 or 2 days is the main events. Yay. I'm gonna meet up with a friend for a walk tomorrow night, then Thursday night I was planning on going to the gym again. Let's see how things evolve. And then the weekend is also gonna be a quiet weekend. Oh no, I forgot to tell you that I actually signed up for a conference very last minute this Thursday. It's a people and culture conference here in Berlin. It's for free actually. I asked my manager and she was like, sure, sounds interesting, so feel free to go. And I'm really excited. And one thing that I'm kind of excited about is that they do actually have 2 talks on menopause in the workplace. So that's cool. And I feel like it shows that we are evolving and that there's more awareness around the topic, which I think is super cool. I just got back from the pharmacy, basically spent my whole lunch break at the pharmacy and picking up a parcel. But anyway, I did get some cranberry juice. I also just made myself some tea. I also got the vaginal vitamin C, which I already inserted, and since then it's not been so comfortable, but I feel like it's getting better. I think just the irritation. Yeah, anyway, I had a really lovely pharmacist who actually made an effort and was asking all sorts of questions. And she was like, is that something that you experience frequently? And I was like, no, I haven't had one in probably 6 years. And then she was like, yeah, okay, because otherwise, you know, there are other like ways and methods. But she was like, progesterone can help. And I was like, what? I'm already on progesterone. And she was like, yeah, you know, vaginal progesterone, like every 2 to 3 days is really helpful to keep things fresh and happy down there. And I was really surprised, and I actually did some quick research, but the internet basically says that progesterone can even make things worse. So now I'm like, what? Did she confuse estrogen and progesterone? I don't think she did. But anyway, yeah, just to put that out there, apparently it could be that vaginal progesterone also protects from UTIs. I feel like it does make sense a little bit that both estrogen and progesterone could protect because they are both essential hormones. But anyway, that's very out of my league to discuss. So yeah, I'll continue drinking my cranberry juice and we'll take a super short nap. And then it's back to work, and knock on wood that I'll be feeling better soon. It's Wednesday morning and thank goodness my UTI has subsided. I was so scared that I would have to go see a doctor, take antibiotics, which I would really rather not. I'm still gonna take it slow, like definitely today, probably tomorrow, and then I'm hoping to be able to go for a run on Friday, but I really don't wanna push my luck. But yeah, happy. Today is gonna be a very ordinary work day, a fair few meetings, and then I'm gonna meet a friend for dinner tonight. No, actually, I'm gonna meet a friend for a walk tonight. My plan is really to not eat out as much as I did over the last 6 months or so. First of all, it's expensive. Second, it makes it pretty much impossible to like track calories and stay on track. But yeah, overall things have been going really well. It's day 23 of my cycle, so I could get my period anytime. I'm sorry I talk so much about my cycle days and period, but it's just a major like sort of part of my life, and I feel like, I don't know, it's just something that I talk about a lot. But yeah, considering this, I feel amazing. I'm in a really good mood. I am focused, motivated, getting things done. Don't have the urge to lie on the couch 24/7 and be miserable. So yeah, I still can't believe how much of a change estrogen has made in my life already after only a good 4 weeks. I also still don't really experience any crazy cravings. Nothing. I find it quite easy to stay within my calories. I do have a hard time saying this out loud because I just hope and pray it's gonna stay that way and not gonna change. And again, I don't want to jinx it. I think I'll be stepping on the scale on Sunday, and let's hope that I'll get my period today or tomorrow, and then there's still this period puff, which is hopefully gonna depuff, and then I get a better idea of where I'm at when it comes to my weight. But yeah, one fun / not so fun thing I noticed the other day is that I'm starting to get lines on my upper lip. 2 very tiny, thin, fine lines. But it's happening. Yeah, it's official. I'm getting older. Ugh. The good thing is that I didn't really freak out about it. I'm like, oh well, that's the way it goes. Nature is coming at me. Hello. So after going for the walk with my friend last night, my UTI got a whole lot worse again. And I was like, shit, no. So didn't have the best night, woke up 2 or 3, 4 times with this very uncomfortable burning sensation that I guess we all know. And long story short, decided to go to my GP this morning just to be on the safe side. And yeah, it's confirmed. Got my first bladder infection proper bladder infection, I guess, in 6 years. And I got antibiotics. Yay. Honestly, I'm glad that it's probably begun by later today. I'll have to take it for 5 days and then it's gonna be done. But at the same time, I'm really not excited about having to take antibiotics. And just the fact that I got a bladder infection after all this time. I will see her again in 2 to 3 weeks. And just now we already talked about the fact that we're gonna discuss vaginal estrogen. And she said that she didn't know whether it was okay to take while you're already on transdermal estrogen. And I was like, yeah, it is, but please take your time to look it up. And she was like, yeah, I'd rather look into it. And I'm like, yeah, no worries. So I'll see her again in 2 to 3 weeks. And let's see if I'll get put on vaginal estrogen then. Fingers crossed. But yeah, for now, I'm on ibuprofen and this antibiotic, and I'm still going to the conference. So yeah, I guess it can't be that bad since I'm still walking. Have definitely had worse UTIs, but it's not ideal. It's Friday, it's almost lunchtime, and I get my period this morning. I was in so much pain until about half an hour ago, until my pain medication finally started kicking in, and I'm like, phew. So I'm currently on antibiotics, on pain meds, I'm taking probiotics, I'm taking progesterone, obviously the estrogen gel. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like a very old person considering all the medication that I'm on, but that's life. But I wanted to tell you that I went to this conference yesterday, having the UTI almost on my period. I already had a little bit of cramping yesterday, and I also only slept 6 hours because of the UTI, so I was not in the best shape yesterday. But still went to this conference, and they actually had a couple menopause talks. I only went to one of them, and it wasn't very good. I don't know, I was pretty disappointed. I guess for anyone who had never heard about menopause, or like all the things that can happen to you during perimenopause and menopause. It would be like a good first wake-up call, even though they didn't even really touch on HRT or like things that you could do. They just talked about all the horrible things that you can expect. And I'm like, looking back, I would have loved to just raise my hand to say, hey, you know, there's HRT, you can do something about it. But yeah, I didn't think of that yesterday, because one woman actually spoke up and she was like, oh, that all sounds really scary, and like, what's there to do about it? And then the women giving the talk were like, you know, it really helps to know that you're not alone and just to talk about it. And like, looking back, I'm like, yeah, helps, but I'm not too sure. And so that happened, and I went there with a colleague / friend of mine, and she was actually like, maybe you could do this like better. And since then I'm like, should I start giving talks on like menopause? It's not the first time that I'm thinking about doing, like, I've thought about starting this like Instagram group. At the same time, I don't want to be on Instagram all the time. I don't even know. I don't think I told you that I deleted Instagram and haven't had it for the last probably 2 months. And I think even though I miss it sometimes, it's been so good for my focus as well. To be fair, I spend a lot of the time that I would have spent on Instagram on Reddit these days, but I think it doesn't mess with your like focus and everything as much as Instagram does, I hope. Actually something that I should research. But yeah, right now I'm thinking it would be really cool to just give talks to create awareness around the topic in companies. Like, I wouldn't even want to necessarily charge for it, like just do it for fun, because I'm so passionate about the topic and I'm so interested in the topic, and I would just love to bring awareness to people. I feel like that's what I've been doing sort of on my channel. That's what I've been doing in my personal life with talking about it to everyone. But yeah, just something that's going on in my head. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have lunch now, take a nap, then I'll have another couple meetings, then get work done. And then it's the weekend. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.